Honestly, the truth is that you've been an actor. And now your actions got them boys drop the mask up. Lectures from the devil got you piping hot. This up and you get screwed and chopped, no Michael Watts. When I was 10, I knew I should have been on Rap a Lot. Think like Jay Prince and I do more than just rap a lot. I went and got my digits up. Your favorite, bruh. You don't want no trouble, cuz. The 25th, I got a meeting with the governor. That's real rap a lot, no cap a lot. I used to from Farron down to Camelot. I used to whip up in my granny's pot. She asked my friends, was I? They said, nope, he not. The fine to a praying woman. The truth's a heavy burden and it's weighing on me. Red Dog is called me.
Today, from FedEx Field in Landover, Maryland, it's Week 1 of the NFL on EA Sports.
The ball on the tee, we're set for football, and we are underway from FedEx Field. From the 6. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. First down, going to the air with Love. And the Washington pressure gets to him. He will go down. The DN, Jonathan Allen, making sure his presence is felt.
It may be cliche, but it is something that holds up over time, doesn't it? If you're the visitors, you don't want to let the crowd in the game early.
Yeah, and that's exactly what they did there. But you said also this defense, they're going to give them a lot of looks like we just saw there, aren't they?
They certainly are. They're a proud unit, and they're going to ride the momentum of this crowd with them, and that's why they got after him early.
He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football.
And he's taken down back in his own 7. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack. On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. It's fielded at the 45. It's a 45-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And Washington will have a short field here as they take over 1st and 10. So here's Washington now in excellent field position to start things out. And they will be led out by their rookie quarterback. First carry for James Conner. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40.
How best to describe that one? I'd say right down Broadway on that run.
A straight ahead running. I think that might be something we see a lot of between the tackles today.
Well, he's enjoying things so far here this afternoon. Sees a crease and bursts through it for a solid gain.
They'll run for the first time with Antonio Gibson. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Jadeveon Clowney there on the stop. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle. That's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it could turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
From the gun on 3rd down, Wise. That one a little too high as it's knocked away and incomplete.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
And this is good. It was running out of gas there at the end, but he winds up getting just enough on it.
And it's 3-0 Washington.
Well, all offseason, probably a lot of thought goes into that first drive of week 1. They didn't get the touchdown, but at least they got something.
And what I like about it is that they didn't overthink it, because you're exactly right. A lot goes into the offseason, the preseason, to get to that first drive of the regular season. They went right downfield, mission accomplished, points on the board.
Second drive coming up here for Cleveland as they return to the field on offense. They went 3 and out on their first drive of the new season. Not an ideal beginning as they start drive number 2, 1st and 10. A first carry now for Nick Chubb. He finds some way to turn this into positive yardage as he struggles forward for a pickup of about 2.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
To the right side, and he's got Landry complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
In Washington territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Jedrick Wills, former first-round pick, guilty there.
A false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. Love now. And finding the tight end Hooper. Well, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40.
When you get a big tight end like this, sometimes it takes more than one man to bring him down. Oftentimes, your best bet, just jump on and hold on and wait for your teammates to arrive to help get him on the ground.
Jordan Love ready on 1st down here. And he's got the hook up to Landry. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space. And it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
Play action this time with Love. Again, he's got that man Landry.
7 yards to pick up there.
Clock running, under a minute to go now here in a fast-moving first quarter. They go with Chubb on 2nd down. And he will force his way forward for a yard or 2, but I have a good feeling this will be coming back. That hold coming from the middle of the line, the center.
And it's difficult for him because sometimes you've got people right over you, and as soon as you snap it, trying to get your hands up and block them, you can be a little bit late getting it done.
Following the penalty, Chubb. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. 3rd down, now even tougher. 3rd and 13 after that loss of a yard.
Well, that kind of hit will certainly fire up your team, both on the field and on the sideline. Tackles for lost yardage, they're always welcome.
So 1st and 2nd down went in the wrong direction. They'll try to do better here on 3rd and 13. To throw now, here's Love. He's going to let it go deep for the end zone. And that's going to be caught for a Browns touchdown. Nick Chubb, 26 yards. And the Browns have taken the lead. Extra point try good by Gano. And that makes it a 7-3 lead.
So the extra point good, and a roughing call going to move the ball out to the 50 for the kickoff.
And I think this is a good chance to pin them deep if you can land the kickoff inside the 5-yard line or so. Gain some field position for your defense.
Now Washington going to retake the field for drive number 2. They finished off their opening drive of the campaign with a field goal on the last drive. Now they'll search for a touchdown here on this go-around. 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with Gibson. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result. Negative yardage. Off the play fake. Wise. That's to Thomas, who makes a nice catch. And he'll be out right at the 35.
I'll give them credit for a good read right there because they read the man coverage on the right side and sent the tight end a few steps down the field and then angled him to the left on a crossing route. And he was able to get enough separation on this play to turn it into a nice gain.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon. And it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a 1st down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
On 1st and 10, it's Gibson.
And he's going to take this across the 50 into Browns territory. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down.
Shotgun handoff to Gibson.
And he's got this down to the 35.
Coming in, he really liked his chance of having a big year based on a terrific offseason. And runs like that on opening weekend show that he's right.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Here's a handoff to Connor.
It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
That's a strong pickup right there on 1st down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
2nd and 3, and they trail 7-3, but getting close to changing that. And this defense hoping to limit them to a field goal to preserve the lead.
He completes this one to Terry McLaurin. And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
And he's going to press this one forward as they stop it right around the 1. Give him 4 on the carry there at 2nd and goal. When we talk about being on schedule, I think they're on schedule after that run, getting it right down there on the doorstep.
Maybe even a little bit ahead because now the defense can't dictate with pressure. They're guessing about where you're going to go. I might come right back at him with the same play.
And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Washington.
James Conner
punching it in from a yard away.
And Washington has retaken the lead.
Zuerlein connects on the extra point, and the lead is now 10-7. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
Fielded right around the 8. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Jordan Love in this offense, ready to get the football back.
5 for 5 that last drive. Touchdown pass as well. He was clicking. Receivers, I don't want to be cliche, but running really solid routes, too.
And what I love about it is when you look across any team, all right, the body types of the receivers are usually different. The way that they get open, different as well. Some of them use power to get open. Some of them use those head fakes and subtle moves. Some of them just use pure speed. And the really good ones, when they're established, they know how to push off at the end of a route, too.
Love's throw complete there to Beckham.
A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver try to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
And some strong running. And this will be good for a pickup of 9 to the 46.
1:58 left to play till we hit halftime.
We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll again head down to visit with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando, back for another year. He'll have scores from around the NFL here on this opening weekend. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds.
It's funny, throughout the time that we've been together, when we talk with running backs about the ability to catch the ball, their eyes light up when they talk about open field and having one-on-one matchups, don't they?
Yeah, they do. And that's the reason why. Well, we just saw shedding those tackles, and that's what they're used to doing.
It is, and it starts at the beginning of the play. One-on-one matchup if someone's trying to cover them, but they also like those one-on-ones downfield after the catch when they're running with the ball. They think they're going to win those too.
So it's 1st and goal, and a great opportunity to get that lead back before the break. Out of the shotgun, it's Love. Over the middle and into the hands of his receiver, Landry. Touchdown! Jarvis Landry from 6 yards away. And the Browns have retaken the lead. Gano the extra point, and the lead is now 14-10. So the drive there took 6 plays, and it ends with a touchdown for Cleveland. This one taken just inside the 10, and able to get this out to the 25. Now we get another look at Washington on offense. These two teams trading touchdowns here in what has been a back-and-forth first half.
And ordinarily, we're trying to figure out how to break out of a stalemate. Here, you're trying to figure out if you can slow someone down while continuing your breakneck pace on offense. I know one thing. The people in the crowd, they're getting their money's worth right now.
Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Denzel Ward. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. That, Charles, the first interception he's thrown here in year number 2.
And I know it's just the first one, but didn't it feel like what we saw from him last year, where he was plagued by this type of a play? And they thought that, you know, over the offseason, going into a second season, some of that would go away. Thus far, still looks a lot like his rookie year.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Love. And his pass incomplete. Defensively, celebration time because they finally forced an incompletion. He was perfect throwing the ball to that point.
Yeah, but from his viewpoint, they didn't force the incompletion. He just missed. That's how hot he is right now, and that's how he wants to continue to throw the ball.
Love with it here, 3rd and short yardage. And this pass broken up. And the contact well timed there, and now 4th down. Gano's kick is right through. And that moves him up by a touchdown now at 17-10. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. This is what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
Out comes this field general once more, leading his offense back onto the field. He's got to dig deep here, doesn't he? Team's losing. He's not playing well either.
And they always tell you, don't press. You'll make things a little bit worse. But in this particular situation, you try and heighten your play a little bit. So far, he's thrown 1 interception. He wants to balance that off with at least 1 touchdown pass in order to get his team back moving forward.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Wise. Looking middle, and that's complete. Now Washington going to go ahead and use their final timeout as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Back to throw. Wise. Hit as he throws there, incomplete.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
He'll try again with the arm here on second down. Slings this deep from McLaurin. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's third down. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. On third down, it's Conner. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Those are the types of runs they told us they want to see more of. Look, they'd love the 60 to 70-yard runs, but those 10 to 20-yarders, they can help you win a ball game.
And that means everyone's invested because you know the big guys up front, that's what they do. They try and move people. But when you get your perimeter guys involved downfield, that means that they care about the running game, and they know it helps their team.
All right, we will save the Week 1 highlights and apparently get right back to the action here in the third. From the 6. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. The Washington offense ready to go to begin the third quarter. And they do trail, but they have a chance to possess the football first to try and do something about it.
And that certainly makes it something of an important drive for them, because is it going to win the game? No, but you have to do something to bring some life to your sideline.
And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. So, Charles, you talk about this head coach and his future with this franchise. Look, it's been a frustrating year, and I think we saw some of that frustration boil over at his weekly press conference earlier in the week.
Yeah, he's trying to say all the right things, isn't he? But he's heard the rumors. He knows what's going on out there. And right now, he is tired of having to answer the question, are you on the hot seat in every meeting with reporters? This week, he kind of said, I've had enough. And I don't blame him. He looks like a guy that may very well be out the door.
So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Looking to throw. Wise. And he finds McLaurin. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled.
That was a fun one to watch right there. A nice in-breaking route and plenty of room in the middle of the field. And he was able to get behind the linebackers and grab the completion for a really good pickup.
And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. You know, if following up on this head coach and the pressure that he is under, CD, I want to switch it to you because you've been on winning teams, but I know you've been in similar situations too where things just are not going well. How do you approach that as a player?
It's a tough approach, Brandon, because you actually have to do the opposite of what you would think. You know, in your mind, you're thinking, I redouble my efforts, I go harder. In a sense, you have to back off a little bit. You have to do a little bit less. Do what you're supposed to do, but don't take on the pressures of doing more and trying to do your teammates' jobs as well. If you do that, that's really going to lead you to more issues.
And to the 49-yard line, but no further, and obviously he is well short of the first. Call it a gain of 3, and it'll bring up 4th down. Here's Tressway now, as he's on a punt for the first time this afternoon. And great special teams work here. This is knocking on the door of the 5. They'll spot it at the 6-yard line.
Well, someone's going to be happy with that effort. You know who else is going to be happy? His defense.
Absolutely.
He's created a very long field for that offense to try to traverse.
And he got some help from Mr. Football there, checking up nicely. Good English on that punt. The Loves throw into the hands of Hooper. 3 yards the gain there, second down. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
2nd and 7. Now Love. And his throw here is incomplete. Well, those two have hooked up for a touchdown once already in this game, that time unable to find the completion.
Yeah, just appeared they wanted to get him out into open space and try and get him the football. As you mentioned, unable to connect.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Here's Love. And that is incomplete.
Well, the fans should be applauding this defense right now. It's an excellent job. They force a 3 and out, and they should be able to set up their guys with great field position, probably near midfield or better.
Now on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. Now a fair catch is called for and taken a few yards across midfield. A 40-yard punt, no return. And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10. Here's Gibson to start the drive. Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter. No time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
That one whistled against a big right tackle.
You'd think being able to fire out and block it'd be a lot easier to not commit a holding penalty, but it's tough to keep those guys right in front, isn't it?
Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. Off play action. Wise. And he whips that one incomplete there.
Another attempt, another incompletion, and when I look at the scoreboard and where we are in this game, it comes to mind that they have to start getting the ball in the hands of their playmakers. Throw it to the guys that maybe can take a short pass and turn it into a long gain or make people miss downfield. They've got to have points. And the guys who can put the ball in the end zone, they're the ones that need to touch the ball.
And he gets this to the 48, but no further. Well short of the line to gain. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down. Here's Tressway now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. "36 yards on the punt with no return. And the Browns will take over with a 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. Jordan Love in this offense, ready to get the football back. He has been consistent, hasn't he? He played well in the 1st quarter, good 2nd quarter, and now continuing that here in the 3rd.
And that's the word that they're always seeking from the guy taking the snaps, is consistency. Taking care of the ball, making sure it gets to the right people, no errors, right? Not turning it over, and just doing all the right things. That's leadership, and it inspires confidence in a team.
Yeah, been a good leadership and a good distributor. And he'll take this up only to about his 18-yard line. Only gets 3 yards there on the heels of the 1-yard pickup. Sets up 3rd and 6. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
And that nearly the pick that they needed. He couldn't pull it in, though, and it's 4th down.
The Browns send out their punter now, standing right on his own 5-yard line. Let's take it inside his own 40. That'll be a net of only 30 here. 40-yard punt, 10 on the return. And this offense will take over right at the midfield stripe with a 1st and 10.
And the Washington offense going back to work.
And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the 2nd half.
To throw on second down. Wise. Throw right side is going to be caught by Samuel. So they will accept the penalty and move forward. So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. A give running right, Gibson. And he's able to work free for about 6 down to the 18.
Something to watch here in week 1 of the season, tackle it. Because you and I both know that in the preseason, a lot of these guys don't play a whole lot. Plus the intensity and the speed really ratchets up on opening week.
On second down, here's Gibson again. Shelling through the defense. And he is out of bounds, but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7.
And they really needed to get something going, didn't they? They had punted on the last 2 possessions. The running game starting to come to the front for them, providing a nice pickup there to keep this drive going.
A looming decision to make on the conversion, down 7, but first things first, they need to score as they come up on 1st and goal. They'll run here with Connor. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. It'll be a gain of 5 there as they move closer. It's 2nd and goal. And the offense moving quickly to the line. Once again, it's Connor. And he fights his way into the end zone. Touchdown, Washington. James Conner, already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. And Washington now an extra point away from tying this thing up. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And, partner, we've got a tie game here in the 4th. 17-17 the score. All even to this point as the kick's away. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee. Maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. The Browns offense heading back out to take possession. Well, they just gave up the score to tie it. That's the bad news. The good news, plenty of time in this 4th quarter to try to grab that lead back. 1st down, Love to pass. And that throw behind his man, he missed him, incomplete. Just a little beyond the reach there of his receiver. That's probably one he wishes he had back.
He wishes it had been 7-on-7 in practice, or maybe even routes versus air, because that's a completion he makes, 9.9 times out of 10? Just missed that one.
Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
That was an okay hook up there with his tight end, but unfortunately, they didn't get the kind of yards they had hoped for. That's going to bring up 3rd down.
The Browns on 3rd down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 6. Working out of the gun. Love. Over the middle, it's complete. And he is going to have a Browns 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
On 1st and 10, Love. And he cannot avoid the pressure as the Washington pass rush gets home. Jonathan Allen picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
Well, here's where having mobility sometimes can work against you as a quarterback. He thinks he can retreat and outrun the pressure. But that time, they zeroed in on him and took him down for a big loss, partner.
A really big loss. From the gun, it's a give to Chubb. And boy, this burgundy and gold defense charged up now. They stop him behind the line again. They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down.
And they have just not been able to block him at all throughout this game. Seems like every other play, he's doing something in the backfield. Already got 2 sacks. And now here's a tackle behind the line.
And they finally get to him as he's taken down. That's Deron Payne with a sack that time. The Browns send out their punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. Fielded just inside the 30.
So a good punt there, but a very strong 14-yard return.
And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. A look at Washington as they come onto the field.
Excellent job by their defense to force the punt and provide them with this opportunity, all tied in the 4th quarter.
And able to work about 5 yards out of this as he's taken down up near the 47.
Decided to hand it off that time on the run-pass option.
Appeared to be an easy decision. Just gave it inside. Nice steady gain.
On 2nd down, here's Gibson again.
And shedding the tackle and now some room. And he's got this down to the 35.
66 yards rushing on 12 carries for him now.
But you said it earlier in the quarter when we saw a broken tackle then that we might see some missed tackles here early on in week 1, and that's another one right there.
Yeah, not a surprise at all. It will even out as the season extends because everyone will get used to the play speed. But right now, here in the early season, the advantage definitely goes to the offense.
Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. Getting down to the good stuff, all tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. So it's Washington with the football here as we welcome you back. They've got it 1st and 10 as they search for a go-ahead score. And they'll work this down to the 15 for a pickup of 4.
I like the call there because that was one to take time off the clock and get them closer to getting out of here with a W. In the mind of the play caller, all you want to hear is tick, tick, tick.
On 2nd down, it's Gibson, and he'll fight his way down right around the 12. Still a couple yards short of the 1st as the 3-yard gain brings up a 3rd down.
I like it. I like the call. Still an opportunity to run the football and chew up a little more time off the clock.
They'll try and run for it with Conner. And he gets the 1st down yardage he needs before he's brought down at the 6.
They'll run with Gibson.
And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown.
Antonio Gibson,
a 6-yard touchdown run.
And Washington has taken the lead.
Zuerlein good with a PAT. And they will take a 7-point lead. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line.
So now the Browns down on the scoreboard. A little over a minute to go. How will this thing pan out? We'll watch as they come up on 1st down.
Pass complete to Chubb.
And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. The Browns trying to get back and set quickly here. Time ticking away.
Going out wide, finds Chubb.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Now the Browns signal for the 2nd of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this 4th quarter. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this 2nd half. Here's 1st and 10. Here's Love. It's caught by Hooper. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. And now here comes their final timeout as they take it with 8 ticks remaining. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. Love looking to throw. And this one is incomplete. And now time for one final play that has to be obviously in the end zone.
Can't wait to see what they call, but you want to get it to your best player. Sometimes you have to do it by formation. Move everyone to one side, and maybe he gets a one-on-one isolated on the backside.
And it's a leaping effort, but it's knocked away and incomplete. So a victory here for the Washington football team.
And with that...